Everyone, I am Jim Gast, and thanks for joining me in the special edition of No Law from Left Behind. We have dubbed this edition, this very special dedicated edition, No Veteran Left Behind. And so, military veterans of all kinds need our assistance all the time. There's a lot of veterans that are just forgotten about so many times over. But now more than ever, especially with the federal moratorium on evictions being lifted, scheduled to be lifted on March 31st, we believe that veterans are going to really be in great need of assistance. And so I'm joined today by some of my good friends here from USA Cares, Allison Hedges, and she's the National Chapter Coordinator for USA Cares, and James Clark, who's the Executive Director of the Ohio Chapter of USA Cares. Guys, thanks a lot for joining.
Thank you for having us.
I really appreciate having you know what? I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to have you on the show, right? This is an honor for me to have you here. So Allison, James, I really appreciate it. And so James, if you will, would you tell us, we were talking yesterday, and by the way, people, we don't script this. It's just like we plan a little bit of things. We got some talking points. Nothing is rehearsed except for my opening, of course. And so James is going to tell you a story that really he started to tell me yesterday, just while we're waiting on the phone for Allison. And it really resonated for me. James, you just want to kind of go in with that story. I love that story, man.
So I started in January, and it didn't really sink in how I affect people. So I got a message on LinkedIn. We connected. Sent him a quick LinkedIn information about the USA Cares, what we do, who we are, and very quickly he responded and said that thank you for the information. He said if I didn't get the help that I needed, financial help, job help, that he was going to commit suicide, and that resonated with me immediately. I stopped everything I was doing. I was at work at the time. I stopped. I said, hey, I got to go. So I took it very seriously. We got the information over. He applied, and he was able to get assistance immediately. Like they were there. Caseworker was assigned. So that just reaffirmed that what I was doing for USA Cares was actually helping veterans.
So I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback. So this was over a job, right? Just not being able to find a job.
Yep.
Imagine not having a home, being evicted, somebody was willing to commit suicide, or at least say that, right? And when people say that, I'm no psychologist, I'm no expert, I don't even pretend to be, but when people say that, there's a shred of I've thought of that in my mind if I'm not serious about it, right? And so if they're saying that over a job, I just can't imagine what's going to go through veterans' heads when they have to be evicted from their house that or apartment they lived in for the period of COVID, if not longer. So this is a really important conversation, guys. And for the people that are watching, this is a very important time for you to listen. Allison, can you tell us a little bit about USA Cares and what USA Cares does?
I can. So USA Cares was established in 2003. It was established locally here in Kentucky. And basically what ended up happening is the local Kroger and a TV station got together and started selling $5 yard signs that just said, support our troops. They wanted to be able to help them as they were coming back, because they were finding that so many of them were having issues, financial issues. And so what ended up happening is once they got rid of all of those funds, the need was so great, and they were finding that the requests were coming from elsewhere, not just here in Louisville. And so that's when it became a national organization. And we started the 4 core programs. Right now during COVID, the housing assistance program is the largest one that we use for the very reason you just said, evictions and things like that. We're seeing that the suicide rate has gone up greatly within the veteran community. And so right now that is our largest program. Now the programs are also included the emergency assistance. So anybody who needs, who is getting ready to lose their electricity or anything like that, food, all of that stuff. We help cover that. We've got a career transition program so that as they're coming out of the military, we can give them the resources that they need And if that includes while they're looking for their job or while they're transitioning into a new job, if we need to help them with their bills, we can do that. So we have that program as well. And then the final program is our combat injured. So we've got a lot of combat injured folks out there. And so we help them with anything we can, whether it's traumatic brain injury, PTSD, or the military trauma, sexual trauma. So we're there for any of that.
Now, James, you told me your telephone number went up on the website just very recently, right?
Yes.
And you were telling me about pretty much what happened right away.
So Monday and Tuesday, I probably had 6 or 7 calls from across the state of Ohio, just by word of mouth, saying, "Hey, we need somebody. Where were you 6 months ago? Where were you 12 months ago? Where were you? This is an awesome resource." So word got very quickly around to different organizations, really quickly, and I started taking those phone calls, explaining who we are, just like Allison said, what we offer, what the programs are, what the process is. Very easy process, very quick, very efficient. You're assigned a caseworker. So it's just amazing the response, how quickly it's grown, and since January, since they did a rechapter revamp.
And so we're going to have the moratorium is scheduled March 31st, right? And I don't know if there's if it'll be extended or not. To me, it's crazy to do it all at one time. It's just you got to phase that in. But I'm no politician. What are you guys anticipating when this happens?
Well, there's going to be anxiety amongst the veteran community, and so once that anxiety kicks in, that's when they get their triggers a lot of times. And so we anticipate the calls will just continue to grow and come in faster and more often. So,
James, feet on the ground out there. I mean, what are you hearing? Are you hearing clamoring?
I mean, imagine if I just got 6 calls and my number just went up, and I had 6 calls in 2 days.
That puts it in perspective.
Just put it up and there's an Ohio chapter. Boom, click, link. And they're going to share it, and they're going to reshare it, and they're going to reshare it.
Is that right? So the community, there's probably Facebook groups. I bet there's an incredible community out there that I'm not even aware of, not being a veteran myself, right? And so call these people just as what happens. Is that how it happens? Wow.
Yes. So if you say, a county veterans office gets a hold of us, every single person that comes in that way, we're another resource they add into their book.
Wow.
And they vet them, say, okay, well, this group can do this for you. This group can do this for you. But this group is the one that really helps you. And that's where we're at.
Now, Allison, maybe you can kind of give us some idea. There's a great background story with USA Cares, right? It was named it had a big honor recently. And so can you tell us a little bit about that and why it got that honor?
Yes. So basically we were named the 2020 Nonprofit of the Year here in the greater Louisville area. We earned that because we were one of the only organizations that were still helping COVID victims, basically. And so we are very honored to get that.
Yeah. And so, James, I think you were telling me about the percentage of funds that actually go directly to help. Maybe you'd like to just kind of mention that a little bit.
Yes. So as of up till 2018, we're in a current audit right now. Up until 2018, 83 and some change percent goes directly into the program. 12% is just taking those funds out to raise more funds. So we're looking at a 5.13 is used for administration. That's it.
That's amazing.
That's
unheard of.
And from what we understand, like he said, we are going through the 2020 audit right now, so our financials should come out soon. But most nonprofits really struggled in 2020, and we worked very hard to make sure that we could still try to raise the funds to be able to help these veterans that need to be helped.
And that's actually a great segue, guys. That's a fantastic segue to what led me to get involved with you two. Maybe James, you want to kind of touch on what the big thing that's coming up in May?
Yes, absolutely. So we reached out to TPC Rivers Bend and said, hey, introduce them to USA Cares and say, hey, we'd like to do an event. We do an event in this like in Valhalla, and we want to try to duplicate that up here. So a week later, we were talking contract, and here we are. So May 10th, TPC Rivers Bend, we are hosting a charity golf open. So to raise money for what we're talking about today.
What's really interesting is that I live right around the corner from TPC River Bend. And if you know anything about golf, it's one of the best golf courses around. Tournament Players Club, you just can't get much better. They have Anthony Munoz holds incredible fundraisers and in golf outings there. So many different organizations, and so we're hoping for how many golfers, how many carts, if you will, how many foursomes? There we go.
How many foursomes? We're looking at minimum 20. We want as
yeah,
many.
Yeah.
For
We're gonna
sure.
get more than that. It's TPC, man.
Or know? 80, but if we blow that out of the water, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And that actually, two things for me. It pulled my heart so hard to think about the moratorium being lifted, and just people in general that are going to be affected by the just mass evictions. And look, I get it, right? Society can only sustain this kind of thing for so long, and thank goodness we could do this. And I feel bad for all of the renters, and what they had to go, and I hope there's assistance for them too. But looking at it from a vet perspective, that's a different type of situation. Those are people that served us well, served us faithfully, and put their lives in jeopardy and have lost so much because of it, and still suffer even after they've stopped giving. They still give, right? Whether we know it or not, silently. And so the golf outing that you're doing in May at TPC Rivers Bend, wow! First off, great opportunity. It's a great golf course. I'm going to put up on the screen how people can get the information for it. Give me a second. And so here's the link. Now, listen, if you're watching the show right now, don't go writing this down. You'll lose that piece of paper. You've got a smartphone. Reach over here, take the smartphone out, and take a picture of the screen. It's so much faster, and you won't lose that. Some piece of paper will sit on your desk at the office, and you'll be like, well, where did I put that? And you'll forget about it. But when you're thinking about it at home after after you've eaten dinner and said, you know what, I need to go register for this, you'll have it on your phone. You'll be ready to go. And so we're gonna be promoting this until the golf outing. We're gonna probably do something special for the golf outing. I'll do another live stream, maybe even at the golf outing. That would be fun, right?
That would be fun.
And so, Allison, do you have anything you want to add about the golf outing? Anything that could help people, lead them to the site? Anything that you could help promote the outing itself?
Absolutely. So you can go to usacares.org. We've got the whole event page up there. We still have sponsorships available, as well as plenty of spots left to play golf. We also have some special guests coming out that day. So one of our national spokesmen, which is Brian Anderson, he's going to join us that day, as well as many Ohioans know Doug Flynn. So he is going to join us as well. And he is saying that he's going to bring some of his friends. So we'll see.
I think you got did I hear something, James, about Baseball Hall of Fame getting involved also, Cincinnati Baseball Hall of Fame or something like that?
We have a few things that they are donating for the grab bag. So a couple tickets.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Grab bag. So they're getting involved that way. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll be great. So listen, Allison, I popped your email address up on the page. You know what, James, had I thought about it, I put yours up there because, like I said, you're the feet on the ground. If you want to get involved in a golf outing, if you didn't catch the link, if you want to sponsor the golf outing, hit up Allison right here, and she'll either help you or direct you to James and put you in touch with them. No, you won't have to do anything special. She'll take care of getting him in touch with you. And so there are sponsorships available. I lost on those darn towels. I was really disappointed about that. It's okay. It's okay. It's really fine. I'd love to help anyway, but anyway, are there a couple of opportunities you guys want to mention that sponsorship opportunities that exist right now?
Well, we've got our title sponsorship is still available. Then we also still have.
Hold on, I'm going to call out a group right now on that title sponsorship right there. Kroger's title sponsorship.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
We still have our golf cart sponsorships available, as well as a driving range. So there are plenty still of options available.
Yep. And don't forget to register. Take a picture of it on the screen. If you don't have it, here it is again. OhioGolf21fundraise.org, and get registered. You know what? We're going to fill a golf cart ourselves. I can guarantee you that. And I know that he's listening out there. Mike Brown with Thomson Reuters West. You said you would do it with me, so we got to fill a golf cart together. Okay. And so listen, guys. I like to end these things on a great note. This is a great cause. USA Cares is a great organization. You guys have been fantastic. And I want to say, James is relentless. Okay. So, and I love this. And seriously, James, I'm like, this guy's, so we hooked up about 3 weeks ago, maybe connected 3 weeks ago. And then I ghosted him for 2 weeks, easy, right? Maybe 3 weeks. But he never gave up. He kept constantly connecting with me. And it's not that I just had other things that I needed to do at the time. And he was relentless. So if you imagine if he's relentless at getting somebody involved and getting somebody to help, imagine how relentless this guy is going to be at getting you help as a veteran, right? And so Allison, same way, right there. Yesterday we were doing a quick meeting, and she had to call into it because, they're just having some technology problems or something like that. But we had that meeting. So these guys are relentless, and they're going to help. So if you're a vet and you need help, if you want to sponsor and you want to get involved, get with these people. You can't go wrong. And of course, everyone knows me, Jim Gast with No Law from Left Behind. And my email, jimgast@splice.net, or just jim@splice.net. Happy to help in any way that we can. Guys, thank you so much. I can't wait for the golf outing. I can't wait to do this again. We're going to be getting closer. And I'd love to deliver some fantastic results and some fantastic information, right? And I'd love to hear our big friends at Kroger step up to sponsor, to take the title sponsor. There is a Kroger's not more than quarter mile, not even that, away from TPC Riversbend in the Mainville, South Lebanon area. Not even that far. I shop it every day. So, I'm going to go talk to the store manager today, as a matter of fact.
There you go. That sounds fantastic.
All right, guys, anything left to say?
Thank you for your time. We appreciate
absolutely.
your this.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching and joining. If you're catching us on replay, by all means, comment and like it and share it. Please share this one. This may be the most important show we've done all year that you need to share. So thanks everyone. Allison and James, would you just sit tight? Don't disconnect. Just hang out there for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and take us offline. Thanks a lot, everyone. See you later.
Thank you.